we live? Refresh. Refresh. Did I set it for the right date? Yeah. At 12:31. What the? Oh, there we go. All right, let's see if I can hear myself. Yes, I can. Let me see. So let me go back to here. Can you hear this? There's a huge delay, so I'm trying to see. Also, let me make sure this shit's fucking 1080. Yes, it is. Okay. Cool, I can hear it. So let me mute my stream. And let me go back to this shit. And how the oh, customization. It's so weird. Hopefully everything's showing up, because it's like I had added a bunch of details, but it's not really showing. All right, we're just gonna go here. Yeah, it just says okay. There we go. Start stream has started now. Cool. This shit's fucking complicated. All right. Let me just double check one more time. Let me press play. A couple seconds. Make sure you can hear my voice. Cool. Okay. Sorry, there's just like a huge fucking delay. Let me run to the restroom. I should have done that before. So let me turn my camera off. Let's do that. And then let's go back to here. And then let's make sure my camera's off. All right, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Hopefully, let me mute my fucking mic, brother. Hold on, I'm just gonna play the song. I don't know who is here. It says there's like 5 people here. So, yeah, let me just play a song so everybody knows what the song sounds like. As titled, the song is by an artist, DCB, called Doing Better. Song's been out for a couple years. Just thought this is like a super simple song. It's got a little bit of everything, you know. So yeah, so I'm gonna play it. Use bathroom. BRB.
You notice the smile that's on me. Cheesy. I'm married like matrimony.
Yes, sir.
They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie? Asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scatter few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen. The way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent money, remember when I was bumming it? And now I'm pimped out by the government, ain't that some shit? The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price, I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count, I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today.
My camera
Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better.
Is that good? Whoops.
Always said you were smart, Virgil. Don't prove me wrong now.
Fucking
I was an
forward.
insecure, immature, sensitive kid with a pack on his back and a snap on his head to cover the naps in his fro. I mean, the comb was for show. No use in picking it, cause come first period, white children will be handprinting it. I present the shoe, and if it fits, it fits. I ain't holding grudges though. We all make mistakes as kids. I committed sins in my relationships. If I ever cast the first stone, I hope that it hits my own head. I am my own opponent. It's me. So I am the nigga to beat. I can't be stressing on me. Chasing my goal and going for gold. I do not do this for free. I give you something to see. Sign me the roll. Pay me the fee. Pay me the fee. For running my feet, please. I used to get paid in exposure. I used to be searching for closure.
Okay, so you get the gist of it. Pretty straightforward. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it seems like there's a huge latency. That's fine. Anyways, I really just wanted to do this live just because I'm just trying to put out more content, and I don't want to sit there and edit a video. So I just figured this would be better because I can do everything live. And that will mean there's no editing. And then, let's see, what else was I going to do? Oh yeah, let me do one more thing before I get started. Sorry, this is my first stream. So, you know, just getting shit together. Let me do one thing real quick off camera. Here, you guys can look at my template. All right. Trying to like be in camera, but my camera keeps falling. So, anyways, all right. I had to do a few things, close some windows and shit. Oh yeah. Let me make sure my Instagram post went out. Fuck. 1 second. Okay. We got 3 people. There's that. There's that. There's that. Okay. And let me make another post so people can see me. Oh, wait. Can I do it this way? There we go. Boom, baby. We fucking live, brother. Let me go here. Do. Yeah, shout out to anybody that's here so far. Yeah, like I said, I'm like not really expecting anybody to be here anytime soon. Also, it's like the middle of the day, you know, it's a Saturday, it's a decent day out, so you know, I'm sure people are out anyway. Let me make one more. We live, motherfucker. Okay. But fuck, keep losing track. What was I gonna say? No, not link in bio. But anyways, yeah, I'm not really expecting anybody to be here. It's honestly mostly for like the video just to be up itself. So you know what I'm saying. So let's do that. We live. Dun. Okay, post. I think I might. Should I keep my camera on? I don't know. Do we have anybody that's willing to just type some shit and let me know? Top chat. Okay. I'll start in a second. Resume. Is it resume or resume? Let me get this motherfucker back up. It just keeps falling, bro. It's so annoying. Oh, wait. I have this. I have my laptop stand. Will this fit? No. Oh, shit. You guys are seeing my whole house. No, that's not going to work. All right. It's all good. Is he going to stay? Cool. I think maybe if I just stay back here, right? And then let me know, is the microphone too fucked up? There we go. That should be better, right? Let me just angle this towards me. Okay. Let's fucking dive in, brother. Let's go here. Let's go to music. Go here. Sip some fucking coffee. And let's do this. I just want to be able to show my fucking chat. I can't see. Booty dee 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 dee. Booty dee 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 dee. Oh yeah, this is gonna be not a good first video. So let's keep this here. Oop. And let me go here to Safari. Go here. Go back to this. And then can I just pin that chat window? How do I pin this bitch? Can't. If I minimize this, go back. It doesn't. Okay. Whatever. Alright. Oh wait, this is what I'll do. Fuck, dude. This shit's so complicated. I don't know how people can do this. Fuck. Wait, what am I doing? I can just watch my own stream. All right. One second. I'm gonna get started. Just trying to figure out like the best way to do this. Let's go here. Let's get this shit out of here. Cause I can watch. Okay, that's fine. I can watch my own stream. I'm trying to get my whole head in there, but I'm a little short, and my speaker stand is. It's just kind of the camera's like on my speaker stand. Let's see, live, and then I can just watch my own stream. There we go. And then now I can see. Can I see? Why can't it show chat with it pinned? Like what? Like what? Show chat. Can I do like a medium with chat? There we go. Okay, that's fine. Cool. All right. Okay, I see it. At least on my end, it says that there are 6 people watching. I don't know how true that is. Maybe they're hyping me up. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna start. So if anybody, I'm just gonna wait for. All right, I'm gonna wait for somebody to say what up. Just so I know I'm not like fully talking to myself. All right. Here we go. Cool. Press play. Can see myself live. Hit live. Okay. All right. So usually the first thing I do, let's see. So I played it a second ago. Let me play it one more time. I'll mark this in the video as officially the beginning of the process. So I'll play like the first like minute of the song just so you get a feel. So like I said, the song is by the artist DCB, super good friend, close friend. This is off his first EP album that we did in 2021, I think. And this is like one of my favorite songs. I mean, honestly, that was like all the songs that are on there are like really good. It's like a no skip album for me. You know what I'm saying? But this one I really like a lot. It was hard to choose. So, I chose this one, like I was saying earlier, because I think it has a little bit of everything. It's got some harmonies. It's more hip hop, more singy, I would say. He's got a very unique style, I would say, when it comes to writing choruses and stuff. Like his choruses are so good and so catchy, and like not like in a cheesy way either. Like there's a lot of meaning behind them, in my opinion, at least. So yeah, like I said, this has like a little bit of everything in it, which I like. So that's why I chose this one, and it's super simple, like not a whole lot. And I think it'll show like enough. It'll be able to give me enough to show like what, how I mix things or whatever. So yeah, let me play the first minute, and then you can get a feel for the song. Like I said, mixing from scratch, so there's nothing on it. I just committed. The only thing I did from the original session that I committed were just like some effect throws and stuff, just because I'm treating that as like, oh, this is what the producer or the other engineer sent me. Like that's just like the mindset that I'm going with right now for this. So I just like, let me commit everything. Obviously no processing, like no EQ, no compression, anything like that. Like the only thing I committed were just this to make them look like stems, because I didn't want like all the individual edits and stuff. I just want to look at like full. I used to be like that. The only time I do that is if I zoom in all the way and I see like some plugins have noise or whatever, then I'll go through and like, chop the clips up and stuff. But otherwise, yeah, like I said, the only thing I committed were these effect throws, and you'll hear them throughout the song, and that's about it. So everything's pretty dry. So let me press play, and let's listen to the first minute.
I like you, Virgil. You're funny. And you're smart. Is that?
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie? Asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scat a few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen. The way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent money. Remember when I was bumming it? And now I'm pimped out by the government, ain't that some shit? The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count, I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray. On your downfall, I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better.
Cool. So yeah, that's pretty much the song. So you can see it's like very simple, very catchy. And yeah, that's like kind of what I want to keep about it going in. Sorry, I'm just double checking. I'm just so nervous that it's not. I'm gonna have an audio issue being in audio. Okay, cool. All right, we're good. That's the last time I'm checking, I promise. So yeah, like I said, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I've said that a couple times. So yeah, the first thing I do, as you can see, I take off, clip gain. I was saying earlier also that, I make sure that I commit everything. Especially like if I'm getting a session, it is nice to have the Pro Tool session, but depending on, what my job is to do on the song, I most likely will just ask for committed stems. And even with, like, I'm not the type of person that will be like, I want you to take off all the EQ and compression. Sometimes I do. I won't lie. Like, sometimes I will. Because if I listen to like the rough or something, or if, I just feel like maybe I can do a better job, then I will. But I'm never going to fight somebody on that. I just want to look at it as like, this is the sound. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to, make things easier on my end. Like, I don't want to try to recreate something that, is going to make my job harder. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to commit everything, or I want everything to be committed, just so it's a lot easier for me. And then it makes everybody feel happy. It makes me feel good, like knowing that they sent me everything that they're used to hearing, and that they sent everything the way they want it to sound, or the way and the direction that they like so far. So yeah, so the first thing I do once I commit everything, assuming that I asked for everything committed, so in this case I'm gonna just act like I wanted everything committed, basically. This is what it would look like. You can see that all my tracks come in blank, with color. I mean, they're all grayed out, no color, because I want to go ahead and color code everything. You can see, everything is looking like a rainbow. I think organization is key, when it comes to mixing, and you know what I mean? Like, I just imagine, like, if you're like on a console or something, you want to, make sure that you're able to find everything. You know what I mean? Like, with like the tape being on the console, they knew like they could slide over. You know what I mean? Like, imagine, huge console with a lot of channels and stuff. You want to make sure that when you're in your chair and you're sliding around and stuff, you can find everything. And like, sure, they probably didn't have color coding and stuff like we do now. At least like in an easy way. I don't know. That's how I picture myself. Like, when I'm scrolling, I picture myself like just kind of like in the chair, you know, wheeling up and down like the console or whatever, trying to find certain sections. So I feel like with color coding, it definitely can be helpful, and especially like with the names, I try to be very clear with this. If I have time, I'll go through and like actually rename all the stems and stuff to something that's easy for me to find, basically. Um, but yeah, so let's see. I guess what makes sense first is like let's go through the template. So first thing, obviously the mic. That's my mic for the stream, and then the first thing I like to work from drums. You can see visually, obviously. It'll be drums. Let me make this high quality because it's kind of buffering. Cool. So yeah, bass, then drums, percussion. Those are like my three things because my background, I was like originally making beats and stuff, and just making beats and stuff, and that's just what I got used to. So once I started mixing and recording, I just kind of got those three things, like the order of those three things. I don't know why. That's just the way I picture a song, is like the bass being the bass, literally, and then the drums are kind of like, the next level, obviously getting the groove and stuff, and then percussion, pretty similar case. And then after that, I mean, this is just like an order I got used to. There's no specific reason. So in this case, like my synth stuff has always been next: piano, guitar, strings, brass, sound effects if there are any, and throws, like effect throws that I'm going to make throughout the song. Then after that, I have a record track. If this is the template that I would use for recording, this would be basically the track that I would use essentially. So yeah, but in this case, since we're just mixing, I can go ahead and hide and make that inactive. And then the next thing, the way that I like to picture a song is typically, not a whole lot of songs start with a chorus these days. So, verse is first. So I have, V lead, which is verse, lead, bus, which is also a folder. As you can see, I like to work with folders. I hate it. That was like the one thing, is like I never knew I needed it until I got it. So when Pro Tools like introduced folders, like it's such a huge thing. So like just Shift F or whatever, or wait, yeah, we gotta highlight it. But Shift F will close everything and stuff. So let me actually do that real quick. So it's just so much nicer. Like it's can do this. I'll go through some quick keys while I go through, because I always get people that ask me for quick keys. Because I'm known for being pretty quick. So Control. On my keyboard, at least, I'm using a third-party keyboard, so be Control, Option, Start, and down. I don't know. Is that similar to an Apple keyboard? I don't know. I'm using the Logitech Pro, so it is able to show me everything super quick. So Control, up and down arrow. You know what I'm saying? Get shit going. You can see everything, and with folders, it's nice because if I didn't have folders, like imagine this being your session plus all your routing and stuff, like it would just look like this, and it can kind of look messy. And now I don't think I'll ever go back. Like I just can't see myself not ever using a folder anymore. And my folders are specifically routing folders. So I'm able to just treat them as buses basically. So anyways, damn, whole lot of talking. So yeah, verse, bus, and I won't go through all the individual plugins yet, but I just want to go through the routing first. I like to, depending on the song too, typically the chorus and the verse, at least in my opinion, are treated different. You want, depending on the song too, you want the chorus to be a little bit more exciting than the verses or the rest of the song, or you just want them to be treated a little bit different. And I'll go through that too on the things that I do. But pretty similar plugins, if not actually very similar plugins. Sorry. And then doubles is next. So, if people want to do doubles and stuff, which I feel like it's 50-50. Like a lot of people do doubles. Sometimes it's part of their sound. And some people hate doubles. So I have a routing basically ready to go for that. And then, oh, let me turn this off. Fuck. Okay. And then I have BGVs, you know, background vocals, whatever you want to call them. Different kind of what's it called? Settings for sure. Like each one of these are going to be different settings. And like I said, I'll go through that. But yeah, I like to treat everything a little bit different. You know, I think doing that makes shit more exciting and whatever. So, and then all these, let me close these. Let me see. All these folders, all these auxiliaries, whatever you want to call them, they all drop down to a bank of these. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they all get routed, as you can see. All these things are all vocals, you know, all effects, all sound effects, all piano, blah, blah, blah. Those get dropped down to these 10. And the main reason I do that is because I want to individually like treat these differently. You know, I want the bass to be treated a little bit different than the drums, the synths, the pianos, blah, 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 all that shit. I just want my template to give me like full control over every individual element, because I think that's like super important. You know, it keeps like the song from sounding like too sterile, if that makes sense. Like that's like the thing with like plugins, I think, is that it's like nice that we have all that shit, but I feel like because it's a plugin, like, you know, it's too clean, too perfect. So I want to, you know, do my best at trying to make everything sound like a little bit different. I don't know. That's the way I think of it. And, you know, I'll go in more detail with every individual plugin and like what I'm doing and shit. Yo, what's up? Who's JB? Who is that? I don't know who that is. Tell me who you are. But what up? Thanks for stopping by. Whether you're here for like 30 seconds or not. Like I was saying earlier, this is more for like the post recording. I'm just doing it live just because it's easier, because I don't want to do any editing and shit. So, but yeah, thanks for stopping by. So yeah, and then all that shit gets routed to, you know, the final output, which is my master, or two bus, whatever you want to call it. And then, like I said, I'll go through all the routing and shit. And then you can see that, you know, there's a little plus by this because I need to also send this to, well, in my I/O, within Pro Tools, I have my monitor left and right for my interface, also routed to a virtual bus because, you know, a couple years ago, Avid added that, which is nice. So shout out to them for doing that. That virtual bus is being routed to my streaming software, so you guys can hear it basically. So that's why there's a little plus by there, which I just found out that you can do it within the I/O instead of actually doing it here, which is a little bit nicer. So now it's like set up in my template. So if I just feel like, you know, streaming out of nowhere, I'm able to just set that up quickly. And then the last thing is I have vocal effects, which is usually like this case Dimension D. I have a doubler. Those are like the two things I use a lot for vocals. The next thing is reverbs, all my favorite reverbs. I would be using the UAD AMS, but I got rid of my UAD stuff. I'm fully on an HDX system now, I guess I could say. You know, I'm on the Pro Tools Carbon. I guess I should mention that too. So yeah, just throwing that out there because I do miss it. I hope it goes native or something. If not, I'm probably going to have to like pick up like a satellite or some shit. And then I have a folder of delays that I like. So, you know, mono, slap, quarter, half, you know, just something that, you know, you can use anywhere or whatever. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, you know, if you're just tuning in, I just went through my whole routing. Like I said, this will be up for late, or, you know, up later. But if you're just getting here and you plan on watching the whole thing, I'll pretty much go through everything again. And then, you know, now we have the stems. So, like I said, the first thing I do, I don't use any. I hate the names. I hate when names are on the fucking clips and shit. Like I take that off. I used to be a huge gain, what do they even call it? The fucking, yeah, clip gain line. Like I used to love it. And now I just fucking hate it. It's just distracting. Oh, I think I just spit. But yeah, so I take that shit off. I just want everything to be super clean. I don't want any like weird distractions. I hate that shit. So yeah, first thing I do is do that when I sit down for a mix. As you can see too, I'm just throwing these little random things out there, but I'm a smart tool user. I know some people know the quick keys to use the individual tools. I don't do that. People claim it makes them quicker. I guess maybe I'm just used to doing it this way. I feel like it slowed me down, especially when I was recording. So let's start routing this shit. Let's start there. So the first thing I'm going to do is see what is starting first, so I can see that these two elements are clearly the beginning of the song. So let's listen to them and yeah, just fucking start listening. So let's see what this is. Option A will clear your zoom view, and it resets like your whole window too. So like if I was zoomed out like this and then I hit option, I guess on my keyboard option start A, it'll kind of just zoom everything back into frame for the most part. And then if you need to see your waveforms, command, what's it called? Fuck, I'm tripping. Option command bracket left or right will expand the waveforms and shit if you need to see that, which in this case I do. I like to see big waveforms. So let's see, what's this first sound?
Addy, cause I'm to life, I used it for life.
I like you, Bert. You're funny and you're smart. Hear that? I like you, Bert. You're Hear that?
I'm doing better.
V stack. Let's just say there's fucking stack. Oh, you know what? Damn. Hold on. I'm salty. I forgot to solo save my mic. Whoops. That's unfortunate. All right. Well, hopefully you guys could guess what I was saying. And I didn't say anything too crazy. It's just mostly routing stuff. See? A noob mistake. Noob streamer mistake. I didn't solo save my thing. That's also just an audio thing. Pro Tools.
I'm counting cheddar.
Okay, these are doubles too. All right. Let's see. Damn, I've been talking this whole fucking time. Now I feel like I've just been talking to myself. It's all good. Like I said, I wasn't giving away anything crazy. It was just mostly like routing stuff or like putting shit in folders or whatever.
Let my feet, please.
Okay, this is like a verse. Let me know if I should close my window. You know, the city is very active today. What's these?
Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray.
So this one's a lead. These two.
Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray. Today. Yes, I pray.
These
Yes,
are
I pray.
doubles. So let's put this
Today.
in doubles.
Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray. Today.
I told you guys I'm going
Yes,
through
I pray.
everything.
Yes,
So
I
this
pray.
this is the
Today.
part that I would
Yes, I
do
pray.
separately when I'm mixing. Like like there's this thing that I do. I think everybody does it, but some people have assistants and stuff. I don't. So like what I'm doing
Yes, I
now,
pray.
like all this routing and shit, is something I would literally do like before I even start mixing. Like I just want to go in. I just want to like sit down and wait. I think that was a lead.
Yes, I pray.
Yeah, I think it was. We'll figure it out. Like I just want to be able to sit down and mix knowing that I handled like all the cleanup, all the routing, all the editing. If for some reason there's tuning that I need to do, which usually I don't,
Today.
then I just want to make sure like I'm sitting down and not have to worry about anything. I can just go in, start throwing up some faders, just start mixing basically and not have to worry about that shit. Because I feel like if you do all that like right before you're about to mix, you kind of lose like the vision of the song because you're just listening to it so much or whatever. If that makes sense. I don't know. Does that make sense? I just feel like you lose perspective. I feel like, in my opinion, and I do hear this a lot, like in my opinion though too, like your first mix of a song is always going to be the best version of that song, if that makes sense. I always say that because like I think like once you get your first mix out and once you send the artist the first mix, that then you have everybody at this point, like the artist, you all have like a reference to go off of, you know what I mean? Because now there's a version that exists. So I feel like if you kill it on your first mix, that you're getting out the best version of that song. Hopefully that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like as you start mixing more and more, you start to, no matter what no matter what you tell yourself, like you're slowly starting to get more and more tired of the song. Like, you know what I mean? No matter how good it has nothing to do with like the quality of it. It's just more of like a creative thing and perspective, is that you slowly start to just lose perspective on the song. So I feel like, you know, if you can go in with a clear mind and your creativity is reset, like all your juice, you know what I'm saying, is refilled, that'll be like the best version of the song no matter what. In my opinion, I feel like that's what like gets me through songs. And I think it's helped me, you know, doing and working that way has helped me have less mixes of a song. Usually like people are like, oh, you know, I was on mix 10 or whatever and stuff like that. And I know not saying I don't ever get that far, but it's like definitely less common for me to get that far in a mix, just because I feel like doing all this mental preparation and stuff, you know, definitely helps or whatever. Okay. So we got everything in their folders and stuff. So now we need to start setting all the outputs of the track, and let me make sure nothing's soloed. So I'm just going to play the song, let the song play through, and just like slowly start routing stuff. And, you know, you might hear things start to change a little bit just because there are some plugins that I have active. I don't know how it's gonna sound on the YouTube stream and stuff. It should sound pretty good. I mean, I tried my best to like find like the best settings and stuff, so hopefully it's like pretty decent. But yeah, you'll start to hear things like, you know, once they start hitting like the plugins and routing I have, you know, it should start sounding different. Another thing I wanted to add too is that I personally use the Sound ID correction. I'm personally using the Audio Technica MX50s or whatever. I should be looking this way. You know, you can see them right here basically. So if you don't know what this is, basically this is a correction for monitors and headphones. And obviously, you know, I'm in my apartment, as you can see, so if I don't have access to a studio or just not working at a studio, then these definitely come in handy. I personally am used to working on headphones. I've worked on headphones since college just because like I never had a studio. And I knew like I understood like pretty quickly like that I'm not going to get like the best work out of my bedroom and stuff, and or just like not being in a studio, in my personal opinion. I just don't think you know, I'm not saying it's impossible. I mean, there's definitely some people that have really nice treated rooms, but a majority of the time, and I know me personally, that I won't ever be mixing like out of my house fully. So in this case, Sound ID has come in handy. I will note that I don't use it at 100%. I don't know if you can see this because my screen's kind of small from what I can see, what you guys are seeing, but I have it at 65%. I felt like that was like the best percentage of using this plugin. But anyways, if you're into this stuff or you're looking for something, I would say, and this has helped me a lot for sure, especially with like mixing in headphones. You know, like it's important to understand like what headphones you have and how they sound without this. And then once you can understand that and what the problems are, that, you know, if you go play it at someone else's house or your car or whatever, and like there's always these common problems, this, you know, can help you, you know, with that basically. But, you know, I'm not going to use it for the stream. I'm just going to go straight off the headphones just because I don't want it to sound weird when anybody's listening and stuff. I don't want it to sound like super inaccurate. So anyways, yeah, so that's going to be muted, but I just wanted to note that I typically do use this while I'm mixing, and it's like always on up until like I feel like the mix is done. Then I take it off, and then I slowly start to fine tune basically. But yeah, so another thing too, let's switch to the mix window. You know, if you don't know, I'll throw out some things out there. You know, if you don't know, this is the edit window in Pro Tools, and this is the mix window. So you could see, which is kind of funny, that the setting saved basically from the previous session is that I personally like to use heat. I mean, it just depends on the song too. If the song was like recorded with like a lot of outboard gear, then typically I don't feel the need to use this. But if you're not familiar with Heat is basically like an emulation of a console for Pro Tools, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. So it only applies to audio tracks. It doesn't apply to the auxiliary. So as you can see on the actual audio tracks, you know, there's heat and stuff up there or whatever. So yeah, I like to use it. I used a lot on this song, but like I said, I'm not gonna try to recreate what I did before. I'm just going to remix it. So my go-to setting usually is the drive up one notch and the tone down a notch basically. So I think if I'm correct, all the way to the right is basically brighter, and all the way to the left is a little bit, or is darker. And then the drive, obviously more drive, you know, basically it's just going to get a little bit brighter, a little bit more mid-range and stuff. And then the opposite of that, I'm pretty sure. Could be totally wrong, which is fine. You can read the manual. But yeah, so I'm going to start off with that. So let me play it. Is it on? Yeah, it's on. Just not hitting it. So let's see. Like if I go to this shit right
The
here,
only voice I had, I
like let's say I cranked it.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. It came with a
starting
price.
hit,
I don't regret it.
that
I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like.
Like I said, I'm a one notch guy. So that's what I am doing for this. So I set that just so I can get used to the tone automatically. I like to turn things on. I just said that so weird. I like to turn things on right off the bat. I don't like the top down mixing shit or whatever. I think it's kind of goofy in my opinion. So yeah, I just like to throw things on like kind of right at the beginning. Not on the mix bus though. Like I think I'm pretty sure. I understand it, but I'm pretty sure I think it's like you start off with all your shit for the most part on your mix bus. I personally don't do that because I think that you're just kind of doing what you're going to do at the beginning anyways, if that makes sense. I don't know. Does that make sense? Probably not. I don't know. Like I said, I personally just don't use that shit. So yeah, let's start routing all this shit. Like I said, heat's on. I'm going to start getting used to that sound. It's subtle. It can be subtle. But once towards the end, like once we start getting in the middle of the mix, I'll turn it off and then you'll hear like the difference that it's making. So let me reset my screen. So if anybody's forgot, Option Start A will reset your screen basically to, for the most part, it doesn't set the whole thing. And then let me zoom out a little bit just so we can get like the full real estate of everything. And you can see that we're not using all the elements of my template. So let me go through and bypass all this shit. So we're not using any pianos. We're not using any synths, no strings, no brass. So I'm going to remove or hide all that shit. And also I have to do it here too, because I'm not going to be doing anything here. So hide and make inactive. And now we just save some screen real estate. So let me press play, zoom in a little bit, start from the top, and start routing all these sounds to the buses, basically. So start there. Go here. And then, like I said, I do like color coding a lot, so make sure these are all colored.
You notice the smile that's on me. Cheesy. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the picture I was tagged and be like, that's your homie? Asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Pull up to the gym, I might just scout a few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen. The way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately, it's been hard to fight.
Okay, now they're on vocals. So the thing that I personally do is that I like to split the audio. I used to. That's how I should start. I used to split the audio into mono. Like I used to feel like it was just weird getting stereo files for stuff that should, at least you learned or like you've been told that, certain stuff's supposed to be stereo, but just because something comes in stereo doesn't mean like it's actually stereo, unless it's like, unless there's like stereo effects, then you should definitely keep shit in stereo. Like you don't want to get like something with stereo effects and then split into mono, because then you're losing the stereo effect and you're losing like the imagery and all that stuff that stuff is possibly adding. So, I would say like, unless there's like effects that are purposely on there, like some stereo delay, stereo reverb, whatever, you definitely don't want to split that into mono. In this case, since I do have stereo stems, obviously I can't copy and paste these onto the stuff that I have. So what I'm gonna do is, not that I don't think I'm gonna use auto-tune at all because tuning's already on there. I'm just gonna copy all my plugins on here and then do the same for here basically. And do that. And do that, do that, do that, do that. So I just want to throw that out there, you know. Don't feel weird about mixing with stereo stems because first of all, nobody really cares. I always tell this to people, like, no one's going to open up your session and call you out on stuff. Like, the important thing is what comes out of the speakers, and that's it. Doesn't matter what you do in it. You know, obviously there's like some technical stuff, like you definitely don't want to do anything crazy, I guess, but meaning like you don't want to do something like put so much stereo widener on stuff where it's like, you know, the phasing is weird and so like, you definitely don't want to do anything like that on more of a technical thing, but it doesn't matter how you get to, you know, the end goal, as long as you get there basically. So now that I did that, I'm going to set these vocals to here, the lead, and then now.
You notice the smile that's on me. Jeez, I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the
Same thing
picture,
with
I
these
was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scatter few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought a good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen, the way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever.
And then let's check these BGBs. These are all stereo except these two. So let me put these here. And then same thing, we're gonna do this. So I'll just keep the song playing, just so you don't hear me breathing into the mic. Like I said, I know I don't need this auto-tune. I'm just like doing it because I don't know why actually.
I like you, Bert. You're fun and you're smart.
You notice the smile that's on me. Jeez, I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scatter few. I can't even
I'm planning on like mixing a bunch of songs. I was gonna like have somebody like send me in songs that they're not gonna put out, or just something that was like already out, like something that I've never worked on, but it was a little too late for that. Let's see. So yeah, maybe for next one I will, but I definitely want to do like a variety of stuff. I don't want to just do like hip hop and stuff. It was either this or like I was gonna do this like live thing, but I just thought this would be simpler for a first stream. Okay, so we got everything routed. Hit play. You can see that everything is going through all my buses, coming out the master and all that stuff. So we should be good. Tempo's already set. Keys already set if we need it. I have that already set. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm gonna play a song. I gotta take a piss. Not gonna lie.
You notice the smile that's on me. Jeez, I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scatter few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought a good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen, the way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent money, remember when I was bumming it? And now I'm pimped out by the government, ain't that some shit? The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price, I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Have some moments I was down for the count, I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better.
said you were smart, Virgil. Don't prove me wrong now.
I was an insecure, immature, sensitive kid with a pack on his back and a snap on his head to cover the naps in his fro. I mean, the comb was for show. No use in picking it, cause come first period, white children will be handprinting it. I present the shoe and if it fits, it fits. I ain't holding grudges though. We all make mistakes as kids. I committed sins in my relationships.
We're back. Bruh. Olipop. Oh shit. That's another thing you need. If you're gonna mix, you need an Olipop. Not sponsored, by the way. But if y'all want to sponsor me, holla at your boy. So let's crack that open. Also, let me know how crazy my lazy eye is getting, because it's gonna get lazy. All right, we got that. Okay, let's fucking start. See, like I'm saying, this was a lot. All this was a lot. So imagine doing all this, at least the way I'm thinking about it, and then having to have the energy to go in and start mixing, you know. So I used to go through, this is something I recently stopped doing because I'm just trying to like get through the mixes a lot quicker. And yeah, so yeah, so basically basically I used to go through and like clip gain everything. I mean, I still stand by this, but I don't do it, and it'll make sense in a second. But I used to like go through and like let's say like this bass, right? Like for some reason, I personally think like, and you know, I know some of these plugins are based off of real things, and there is, you know, usually plugin companies will provide this in the manual, but most of the time there is an operating level of plugins, especially when it's emulated like off of a vintage piece of gear, like, you know, because they're emulating the whole thing, so they want it to sound like the real deal. So everything will be emulated, and that also means that like the, you know, the fucking operating level is also going to be you know, emulated as well, which makes sense. So meaning like at a certain point they recommend like you know, mix, or, you know, in this case like record or mix into the plugin or the outboard gear at a certain level, meaning like you're going to hit it with a certain level because that's where they feel like it really shines, if that makes sense. So I used to go in and I felt like hitting, you know, depending on your metering too, like this is all different with DAWs and stuff, but at least within Pro Tools, and I personally like the linear meter. I just, you know, just like the movement of it. I don't like the slow meters and shit. I would feel like hitting around -10 dB would be the sweet spot for plugins and stuff. And you know, there is like, I feel like that you're definitely hitting the plugin a certain amount. You know, that's when you would hear, you know, what it's supposed to do, I guess, if that makes sense. So I used to do that a lot up until like this year. I would, you know, literally do this. Like I would be like, okay, theirs is not hitting into whatever. Why is this working? There we go. So, you know, I would clip until the average is around 10, basically. And that's what I would do. And I would go through every individual thing, making sure that all the stuff is, you know, working at like the same level, basically. And then obviously with doing that can be dangerous because you are, you know, you're not preserving the static mix of what the producer or the artist sent you originally. So basically you're just fucking up their mix. And what I would do to compensate for that is I would just like if I did, you know, if I had to do this like 5 dB or whatever of gain, then I would bring down the fader 5 dB or whatever. But as you can hear, like I'm explaining all this shit and it takes forever. So now I just don't really do that anymore because it just takes so fucking long. So basically what I do with, having that mindset, now Heat will do that for me. Like, I feel like I'm getting some sort of like, vintage kind of thing or whatever, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. Like, I just don't do that anymore because I feel like what I'm trying to achieve by doing that, I'm just getting with the Heat that's built into Avid's, or built into Pro Tools. So yeah, if you do that, that's cool. But like I said, it's not necessary. I would just leave that and preserve like basically the mix or whatever. So I'm just kind of looking at the way all this has come in as like the mix basically. So let's just go in and just start mixing. I'm just gonna get like a basic level of the song.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen, the way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10, I still...
Jakir King, like a long time ago, like he has like so many videos on this technique. I'm sure I'm like butchering the technique in a way. But I think from what I gathered from it is enough for me to feel like I'm getting like a good level. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. So basically take your meter, make sure that you set, I just have it set to show -14 basically. Depending on how hot you want to come out of your master, just depends on how you want to set your meters and stuff. I just have it set to this. I just feel like this is a sweet spot. So basically, start with your bass, bring it up until it's like average at around 3, basically. Little hard because this is a kind of like this is a live bass, so it's like very dynamic, but you kind of want to just get in the ballpark. I feel like this is probably close, maybe like here, which we will be able to take care of all that with the compressor and stuff. So let's say we got that. I got that set up. I like where it's at. It's about where I want it to hit, basically. And then this kick. Yeah. So then, and let me also check the phase on this kick too, because that's another thing too. It's like, you just always want to check. Let me turn on my headphones, because... Okay, it's about the same. Let's see. So let's just take this bullshit off. And then basically the theory is once you get your bass set and you start throwing in your kick, when the kick and the bass hit at the same time, you want it to basically show up right at 0. So yeah, about right there basically. Let me turn this down. So like, it's rough. It's not like anything like as soon as you set this, like you're set for the rest of the mix. It's kind of just like a good starting point, a good foundation of where like the bass and the kick should be. Because, typically, and the way I like to think too is like obviously this is the base of the song. So you always want to start with those two things and get that relationship started, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I mean, that's basically the theory. Like I said, maybe I'm butchering it a little bit, but from the information that I gathered from it and what I could remember and the things that stuck out to me that helped me a lot was doing these two things with a VU meter. And this usually can work with any genre of music. You just have to understand the difference between like an 808 or like a bass guitar or whatever the case is. You just want to make sure you understand all that shit. So yeah, there's our starting point. So now we can start bringing in all the other elements, basically. Okay. And this kind of has like a, you know, little bounce to it. So I'm going to do this. I like to pan stuff. I don't care what it is. You know, just kind of just start making room for stuff. Before you throw any plugins, you know what I'm saying? Just start fucking, you know, make sure you're taking advantage of like panning and all that shit. Let's do that. Actually, this is like a synth kind of thing. Yeah, this is a synth. I'm tripping. So, in this case, I need to bring back, what the fuck? Synth bus. So we gotta bring back our synth bus now, and then we also have to make sure that we bring back our all synth thingy, make active, and then we gotta go down here, make this active, go back up. And then we gotta throw this here. And then we gotta set it to synth bus. Change the color so we don't get confused. So
I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing. I was never
right
on
off the
guard.
bat.
I fought the good fight, I stuck in my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my.
I like to, this is like my go-to for synths. And sometimes guitars, but I kind of like to treat this as like panning, basically. I mean, you know, it's not, you know, actually panning, but you know, it's like pushing things out or whatever, so it's making things wider. So I kind of just like to throw that on if I have like a synth or like a main or something that's gonna be like the main synth, just to get it out the way and make room for all the other elements and stuff. So I'll throw that right away. And then I specifically like the Style 3, I guess. I think it's, is it like the AMS or some shit, or the H3000? I can't remember. It's one of the popular ones, but I've always liked the way this one sounded specifically. It sounds the whitest to me, I guess, if that makes sense. And then I'll just kind of, you know, sometimes synths can already have some widening on it, but you can see it goes from mono, you know, just literally pushing it outside your headphones, in my opinion. And you know, you don't want it to sound too, I mean, it does sound cool at 100%, but you still want to maintain like what the producer, because this, you know, this can definitely change the sound for sure. So you don't want to like, let's see, just 50% maybe. Like even 50% is plenty. So let's keep that. Let's see where all these little things are. Oh yeah, let's get this. That's fine.
I like you, Bert. You're funny and you're smart. Hear that? I like you, Bert. You're funny and you're smart. Hear that?
Cheese.
Turn that up a little bit.
Hear that?
Cheesing. Yes, sir.
Oh, these are ad libs. So let's just throw this in the lead thing. That's what I'm gonna do. Come on, baby. There we go. Just throw this here. Do this. Do this. Do this. Do this. Wait. What the fuck is this? Oh wait, I'm tripping, bro. Way too far. There we go. Another thing too I like to do, just for like a visual thing, and this is just a me thing, not any recommendations. I just like to put things in order as they come. So like this would be next. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this starts first, then this comes in, then this comes in, and this comes in. I don't know. Just weird like that. So, yeah, we're just getting like a rough balance basically. And those are the throws. And then what's this?
Always said you were smart, Virgil.
Okay, there's that.
Don't prove me wrong now.
So what I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna break this and bring it back down to. It's fine. I don't know what that means.
Always said you were smart, Virgil.
That.
11, not a fight that same nigga wasn't white, but in the white stuff took a long way around to find who I was. My
Interesting. Why did that get printed on here? Let's put this in the lead bus. I guess we'll put. Actually, I don't know where the fuck to put this. Was that it was stereo. Okay, let's put it here. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll just do this because I'm annoying. So there we go. And then what's this? That's a delay throw. Okay, we got that. So now let's bring in the vocal and just get like, you know, I keep looking the wrong way. Let's get the vocal in. And get the vocal balance, basically.
You notice the smile that's on me.
So another thing you can notice.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like
Is
matrimony.
that,
They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie.
I like to
Asterisk.
already have like my EQ and compression and everything already going, just because I want to start getting used to the sound, basically. And you know, you never know. Sometimes like it already being on might be what it needs. As far as like compression goes, I don't really like to set any EQ points or anything like that. Typically, I do like have this set already in my template, but which I need to go back for some reason it didn't say, but at least have like a filter going or whatever.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie. Asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might.
Okay, let's see what this is.
You notice the smile that's on me. You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married. You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like.
Whoa, why is there volume automation? Interesting.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the
And
picture.
then let's see. What's this?
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life.
Okay, so this is like, I'm just gonna say this is basically a harmony kind of. It's, I guess technically it's a double. Let's see. 'Cause I think he's in a different.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love.
Yeah.
Came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some
So,
moments
put
I
this
was down for
here.
the count. I'm doing better.
I'll just put it here for now. BGB.
I pray.
You know, it's like I said, like obviously people that are just tuning in probably won't make a whole lot of sense that I'm saying this, but like it's just really, I just try to make things like super simple. Like there's no reason for things to be complicated, in my opinion, because definitely like I used to probably complicate things, or I know I used to, I'm sure, like especially when I started. But you know, the more I get to learn about mixing and you know, learning from other people and stuff, it's just like the people that I feel like that are really good at what they do, it's just like everything's so fucking simple. So trying to apply that too.
For running my feet, please. I used to get paid in exposure. I used to be searching for closure. I used to be.
And I can't remember, I think this was recorded on a U87 and an 1176 compressor and Neve preamp, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray. Focus on my mental today. Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray.
What is
Yes, I
that?
pray. Today. Cause if I didn't, I would.
I guess these can't, or this can be an ad lib. Fuck, I'm gonna just keep it here. Let's keep it there.
Yes, I pray.
Let's get these doubles in.
For love, I came with a. For love, I came with a price. I don't regret it.
You know, I like to, you know, make things
For
simple.
love, price.
Those are harmonies, so let's put these here. At least in my opinion, they're harmonies. And then what the fuck is this?
Pray. Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray. Yes, I.
Yeah, see, like maybe I did do things like a certain way with, like, you know, like with the old session, and I probably named or like treated things differently than I do now. But, you know, that's why I'm doing this. There we go. See, you know, see what the difference is between how I would do things now versus before. And then these should all be harmonies. Maybe there was no doubles technically.
I'm doing better. The only voice
Like
I
where-
had, I wrote it to life. I
See,
used
like
it
I
for
called
love.
this
I
like
came.
I called this a double, but
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. I came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you.
I'm just like calling it a not a double.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. It came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better.
Maybe it is.
Life don't always come with your angels.
All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not like I said. Let's not overcomplicate this. Let's do this.
The only voice I had,
Whoops.
the only voice I had, I wrote it to
All right.
for love. It came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Have some moments I was
And then let's figure out this. Like, you can see like the shit's already panned. Like, you know, before I would probably split this and like do my own panning and stuff. But I'm not going to. Like, I just want to like move quickly now and stuff and not have to work because it's not like it really changes like it's not like it really changes the sonics of anything. Honestly, it's like when it comes to that stuff, I feel like it's more of like an ego thing. And, you know, like I could even admit to it too. Like there were times where like, especially early on, where I would want things like a certain way or like, you know, no panning, no fucking, all that shit I was talking about earlier. You know, I feel like a lot of that is just like ego stuff with people. And as soon as you can let go of that and realize that none of that shit matters because you have full control, just, you know, if something's like bothering you that it's panned, I feel like that's like the last thing you should worry about because it's not really, doesn't really pertain to the quality unless it's like something fucked up or like something where like maybe it's drums and you want it to be drummer's perspective instead of audience or whatever the case is. Like that makes sense. Like if, you know, if there's a way that you want things to sound or, you know, is maybe opposite for a genre, then yes, that makes sense. You should definitely, you know, fuck with the panning and stuff. But if not, then who cares, you know?
I'm doing.
Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling. I'm trying to like think of how I'm working, because it's hard to talk out loud while you're
I'm
working.
doing better.
Okay, there's one.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
So these two are the same. So let's already group these. We'll do this like, we'll call this harm. We'll just call it H, 1. So we know it's harm 1. What's this?
I'm doing.
Whoops.
I'm doing better.
Okay.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
So realistically, these two probably could have been on their own, but whatever. So we got the low.
I'm doing better.
We got
I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
that's like the highest. I think
I'm
these are-
doing better.
So let's put these here. Let's do it like this.
I'm doing better.
So there's that. Let's get this. See what this is.
I'm counting cheddar.
Okay.
I'm counting cheddar.
So let's group these two together. Yeah, this was, I don't know why this is stem. I think maybe we overdubbed stuff. I think that's what it was because some of the stuff we were working off stems already. And I think, you know, DCB wanted to go in and fix some things or add some things. So I think that's why some of these are like actual stereo files and some of these are, you know, stereo, but they're mono because we went in and
I'm counting.
added stuff.
I'm counting cheddar. I'm counting cheddar.
Okay. And then these two can be grouped. This can just be, you know, I would be a lot more detailed with this stuff, but like I said, I'm just trying to move quick.
I'm counting
I
cheddar.
don't want to be streaming all day. Cause like I said, I'm trying to just like fucking think out loud.
Today.
Okay.
Today. Today.
These almost sound. What?
Today.
Wait, let's do this. Panning.
Today.
Are these the same? These almost sound the same.
Today. Today. Today.
Interesting. Let me take this off. They're not, but
Today. Today. Today.
I mean they look different, obviously, but
Today. Today.
it's like almost so close that it doesn't sound
Today.
stereo. Anyways, so let's call this 4.
Today,
Put that there.
love, price.
And then what's this? Another quick key is Shift S. So
Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray. Yes, I pray.
group, that's H5.
Yes, I pray.
Like I said, making sure that all these are in the order. Wait, what is this?
I'm counting cheddar. I'm counting cheddar.
Interesting. So let's move these here. And then, yeah, I don't know why things are this way. What is this? What is this?
I'm counting cheddar. I'm counting cheddar.
Oh, wait, this can be here. That can be there. Let's do that. Fix that. Fix this. Just for a visual thing. And then that's good, that's good, that's good, that looks good, that looks good, that looks good. So yeah, everything should be good now.
Count, I'm doing better. Life don't always count, I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Count, I'm doing better. Life count, I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Count, I'm doing better. Count, I'm doing better. Count, I'm doing better. Count, I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons. For love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Have some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life.
Okay, cool. Like I said, this is like all tedious stuff, but this is stuff I would do before I'm mixing and stuff. But like I said, doing the whole process. So yeah, I feel like we got like a pretty good balance on everything. And now we can just start going in. 1 second. My door. Alright. Turn that back on. Alright. Let's fucking do this. So, first thing I'm gonna do is start with the drums. The bass. So, start with bass. Here we go. Just a bit on my end. So there's a weird little some stuff. I personally can hear. I think these headphones are good because I can hear really low on them. There's definitely some like mud, like a ringing like string noise at the bottom, or frequency. I mean. So clearly this note is like the one that's standing out. So what I like to do instead of just like doing a static EQ, because I think it is a little, it's not that it's bothering me, it's just like obviously it's poking out. And, you know, I'm sure we can throw a compressor on there. But instead of compressing the whole thing, so it kind of sounds like, you know, nice and tamed basically, I'm just going to go through with, fix my mic. I'm going to go through and just do some dynamic EQ. I really like dynamic EQ. I just started using it probably within like the last year and a half. And it's been a game changer for me. I think dynamic EQ sounds way more natural than static EQ. So I'm just going to kind of tame the frequency, but only, you know, it's way more musical too. Obviously, because you get to select the frequency and when it gets to duck down or when it needs to not be as prominent and stuff, you have full control over the frequency, you know, just like an EQ, but instead of it just always being EQ'd, you know, I think it sounds more natural to just have something where you can just be like, all right, when this frequency shows up or it gets past this point, like I want you to, you know, take away basically. Let me take off a little bit more. Let's do that. And then let's see what this top end sounded like, because I don't need all that info, in my opinion. What the? Get out of here. Wait. Oh, okay, cool. So we don't really need all that. Maybe we will in a second, and I'll show why. But yeah, just very simple. I think, like, you know, the bass sounds fine for what it is. Like, nothing too crazy. It was just mostly taming that note that was bothering me. And then the next thing I'll do is do Bass Crush. So I have this thing called Bass Crush. Basically, it's just a filtered EQ, because I only want to process. This is like basically in the beginning of my chain for this, you know, Bass Crush thing. You know, that's what I called it. Because I only want what I'm gonna do after this EQ to process anything above, you know, I guess I set it to 122, 123 basically. Let's see. Yo, what's up, Brian? Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, so I'm only doing this because I only want to process, you know, what I'm feeding the plugins basically. So I'm only feeding it this frequency range basically, and you'll hear why in a second, because without it, if I shut up, you can hear that it's saturating the top end of it, giving a little bit of distortion to the bass. And also I have the micro shift on, which is spreading that, you know, distorted high end that I'm feeding the plugins. So it's giving the illusion that the bass is a lot wider than it is. So if I took the micro shift off, you know what I'm saying? Obviously this is a lot. Like maybe something like that, maybe, to start off with. So yeah, that's basically what I do. I mean, it's just like a way to make bass sound a little bit wider and give the illusion that the bass is a little bit more stereo. So yeah. So once I do that, let's see, next thing, another EQ. This EQ is probably not necessary. I honestly I could probably just do, just keep this here and just not do anything with this, because I don't feel like, for now, I don't feel like it's necessary to have this. So I'm just gonna not use it because I'm already EQing. Basically, I just have this set up. If I had multiple basses, like different bass parts, or if there was like a synth bass and an 808 and a live bass or something, at some point I do want them to be processed the same. And obviously, like I said, if I had multiple basses, they're all gonna eventually feed into this bass bus. So I do want to have, this is like the way I think about it is my overall processing. Like, how can I make all of these three different sounds? Obviously there's not three, I'm just saying, like in this example, if I had three different basses, I would want a way to try to make these all sound similar, if that makes sense. I don't know. So yeah. Next is first stage of compression. You know, kind of by ear. Not really shooting for a number, just kind of trying to tame it. You know, we'll start there. Nothing crazy. This next thing is this Culture Vulture I don't want to say knockoff, but I guess knockoff in a way. It's the Arturia version. I like the way this sounds. Just has a little bit more controls, if I can remember, versus the UAD one. Obviously, the UAD one is like the official one, but I think this one sounds just as good. If not, can sound better in some aspects. I have this preset that's this. Usually what I like to do is I'll put the mix at 100. And then just find, crank everything and find the distortion that I feel like is going to benefit the song the most. Honestly, usually it's the P1 or the P3 that works for me. Let's turn on some presence. And then I'll turn on the bias. Let some of that low end come back in. And then I'll bring down the drive a little bit. Get some of that low end to come back in. And then just bring the mix down to taste. But you can see that's adding a lot. A little bit too much. So yeah, something like that. Like you can hear, I'll shut up in a second, but you can hear like the distortion it's adding, and like in a nice way, in a subtle way, but enough where it's like, okay, it sounds like the bass is there, and like obviously it'll make more sense once all the elements get in and everything. So this is without it. So yeah, you can hear a little bit of distortion, and that's the subtle distortion that will stick through like on smaller speakers. And then I like to finish it with a little bit of little radiator. I have two settings. I have a 5% setting. Basically, it's heat all the way up, and the mix at 5%. And then I have a 50%, which is heat. An even amount of the heat basically, and basically saturation or distortion, and then 50% on the dry and mix. So that one definitely is like really brings out like the distortion. And then this one's like more mid-range basically. And obviously it makes sense because you're cranking the distortion a little bit. It's just just two very different settings that I like the 50%. I feel like this will work too, but it's not like the direction of the song I think that I want to go for. So we'll keep it there. And then let's start bringing these drums. I like the SSL-J for drums. High pass. 50 to 60. You can go a little bit higher with the SSL stuff because the filters aren't as steep. So you can go pretty high with them, and like it seems scary, like oh my god, I'm at 60, on a kick, but I feel like 50 and 60 is usually enough, and we'll leave enough information there. And I like to crank to the THD because, like I said, saying at the beginning of the video, I like to try to get as much juice and shit out of the plugins, and especially when it's like an analog thing or analog like plugin. Like that. And then we'll get a little bit of top end so we can get that clicky out of the kick. Something like that. Just so it can like cut through on speakers. So that it's giving the illusion that okay, yeah, there is a kick there. Like literally just like maybe that much, and then just bringing down the fader. I like the SSL compressor because it's snappy. I'm saying, kind of like really brings out. I mean, obviously there's a little bit of gain, there's some auto gain with it, but it's not as drastic as it seems when it comes to volume. Just like letting that, snappiness of the kick that's there, that's not being shown, come out a little bit. And then I'll just copy this SSL. Take that EQ off a little bit. I'll kind of just high pass it a little high because there is some low end there that's going to be there. I do have like a parallel thing, but I rarely use parallel compression. It's kind of just there. If for some reason I do use it, but it's like 10% of my mixes have parallel. I just don't like the sound of parallel compression sometimes. If it's like a loop or something, or it's like a drum loop and there's individual elements like a kick and a snare that's added to it or whatever, like to a drum kit, then I will, obviously for like an effect or to make things, sound a certain way, I guess. And obviously that makes sense and I would use it there, but for as far as like trying to get a good fat drum tone, I feel like there's other ways to do it, so I'm not gonna do that. So then next is a drum compressor. I like the API. I have this from Vance Powell that he showed in a video, his settings, and I've kind of just stuck with them as a good starting point. Kind of want that kick to be compressed, really. If there was a snare, if the snare was heavy, you would also see the compressor reacting to the snare, but since this is like a snap and it's like super thin, you're not really going to see it being compressed a whole lot. And sometimes on the UAD plugins, I'll mess with the headroom. Like if I'm feeling lazy, I won't even mess with the threshold. Like if this was like, like let's say it was compressing this way, sometimes I'm just lazy and I'll just mess with the headroom and just like, what I'm saying? Like just mess with it until it's compressing the way I want it to compress, I guess, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's that. That's about the amount I would probably do for now, at least. Just kind of want to keep that kick in place because it's all about maintaining headroom and stuff for the end, so you have room to work with on your master and stuff like that. And then next thing you can see is the black box, little saturation. Doesn't hurt anybody. So a little bit of mid-range, low mid, you know what I'm saying? This is a little too bright for me. Do that. Bring this down. Just adds a little bit of weight, a little bit of space. You know what I'm saying? And let's bring in these hi-hats. Then what I'll do here is I'll just put an EQ because a lot of these, hi-hat samples and stuff have some low end for sure. If you look at it, so it's like, obviously you don't want to do this. Like, just get some of that low end out, save yourself some headroom, because all that shit adds up, no matter what. And this is kind of already panned, as you can hear, so I'm just gonna link it and pan, and turn it down. black box I like because it kind of adds like some space to it, to percussion. And I kind of have this preset that I like. It's super subtle, but and then let me mute that. And then let me mute this, and then there we go. And then let's add some little radiator. Same settings, 5% of the 50. Now as I'm bringing in all these elements, I can kind of tell the bass is already a little too loud. There we go. And then let's bring in guitar. So yeah, that was another thing too about this guitar sample loop thing, is that all the guitar elements are in one, so I don't have full control over each guitar element. So yeah, just fine. I like API for guitar stuff, you know, super clean, super punchy. Just want to catch those peaks like that part. There's a little bit of upper mid-range that's kind of poking out. Back to it. And then let's get these fucking vocals in. Let's see. I'm gonna throw in this shit, which I'll explain in a second. Let me see. Hold on. Let me check my phone because I'm using my phone as my camera, which is pretty cool. One sec. Just make sure I didn't get any phone calls or anything. Let's see. There's that. That. All right. Nothing. Nothing yet. Just fine. So if I hit this, resume. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. There we go. Hopefully it's set up. Oh, fuck. Wait, why isn't it working? Hello? What the? There we go. Damn it. Is that gonna fall? All right, we're good. So yeah, so I have all these APIs set up on my, like I was explaining, like my all buses basically, where my entire session will feed into before it hits the master fader. And basically with this, I'm just kind of, you know, like faking a summing thing, you know, if that makes sense. I just like the way that this channel strip sounds, and you know, if I had a summing box, it would, or something, like it would be cool to have like an API, because like I said, I just really like the sound of it, and especially with the line amps, or like the line amp that's in the EQ. I think UAD did like a really good job of emulating that, and there's definitely a difference that it makes. There's definitely like a tone change that happens. So I was like, yeah, why not just use the channel strip across your whole mix? And I could just like put it on my mix bus and stuff, but I think, yeah, these are all the same. But I just chose not to do that, just because like if I ever feel like, oh, I want to crank the low end on the bass a little bit differently than the rest of all the elements, then I want to be able to have control of that or whatever. But basically it's just a little bit of high end bump and a little bit of low end bump. As you can see, I think 63, and I thought there was a low end bump too. Maybe it's just 63. Yeah, so it's just about like 63 hertz and a little bit of 16K on top. And that's really it. I mean, I'm just looking for the tone of this EQ, and then obviously you can see that I drove the line input a little bit, and then I compensated with the fader too. So you'll hear a difference now that like if I did this, what is it? I always forget the view in the edit window, like the quick keys. So if I did this, let me make sure. So if I did this and did this, nope, this. I don't want to click the wrong one. Fuck. No. Nope. There we go. Okay. So Option Command. So here, I'll play it. So this was before. So obviously you can hear that low end bump and that high end coming a little bit. So basically it's just keeping me from, it's like fulfilling the want to add high end and low end. You know what I mean? Like it's already there. It's kind of like the way I think about it when you would go to certain studios or when you work with certain people, like they have like a certain sound that they get out of their console or whatever. It's kind of like a preset basically for me. Like if I could imagine that I had an API console and I'm like, man, my API sounds a little bit different than someone else's API or whatever the case is, then this is like what I would hope that the console would sound like. Like, if you go work with this person, like their specific console just has a little bit sweeter high end or whatever the case is, that's kind of just the way I think about it. So I don't know, maybe it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense for me. And, if that's what it takes to get me through a mix, then I'm just going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, now I'm going to throw that on, and hopefully then it'll keep me from trying to add a little bit more high end or top end, you know what I'm saying? Because it's already being achieved. All right, let's get these vocals in.
It's some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart. Forever be scarred from fencing. I was never on guard. I fought the good fight. I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm. My ass got comfortable. Now I feel like a pro with the pen. The way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging. Who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever
get a
break
little bit of that.
Lately it's been hard to fight
Low
against
mid
complacency.
out
I'm
here.
making decent money.
Like I said,
Remember when
dynamic EQ sounds way more natural to me.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred
low
from
mids.
fencing. I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm. My ass got comfortable. Now I feel like a pro
Some
with
of
the
that
pen. The way I'm penning it,
mid-range.
this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent money.
And then
Remember
we'll
when
just
I
make
was
like a
bumming?
de-esser.
And now I'm pimped out by the government, ain't that some shit? I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable.
If you want to make a de-esser, just fast tack, fast release, at least with like a dynamic EQ or whatever.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I
just
feel
like
like a pro with the
de-esser. It's
pen.
obviously
The way
hitting
I'm
pretty
pinning
hard.
it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you
Obviously, you
can't
can hear
ever
that
break
top
me.
end come back
Lately
in,
it's been
'cause, you
hard
know,
to
the
fight
de-esser
against
was sucking the
complacency.
life
I'm
out of it.
making decent money. Remember when I was bumming it? And now I'm pimped out by the
And just a
government.
fair
Ain't
tile.
that some shit?
You know what I'm saying?
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like a pro with the pen. The way I'm pinning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent
Down a
money.
little bit.
Remember when I was bumming it? And now I'm pimped out by the government. Ain't that some shit? I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass
You know,
got
let's say
comfortable.
like
Now I feel like
DCB has like a huge like bump in his mid range, and I think, like I said, this was recorded on a U87, so like the mid range on that mic, I think it was a vintage one too, if I'm correct. At least I know what specific one. If it is the one I'm thinking of, I know which one it is, and it's the specific vintage one that for some reason it just has a little bit more like upper mid range or whatever. And then, like, you know, his voice naturally does have that already, so just got to keep that in mind because a lot of the character lives in there, so I don't want to like suck the life out of that frequency range, just because, yeah, then it just sounds a little, it'll start sounding dull and thin, or it just sounds weird, or it's gonna sound like obviously that it's being scooped out, and like that's like the last thing you want to do. So that's, you know, kind of trying to find the balance as you're mixing with those frequencies, basically.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to
And then
do
a little bit of Dimension D, you know, some little extra sauce on this. What I did is I got this from somebody, I can't remember what it was, but instead of like, you know, just having a doubler or whatever, a reverb or anything, like it's always, I would say, like try like adding stuff to those returns and stuff, like add a little bit of saturation to your reverb send or whatever, and that's pretty much what I did with this. So it's like I have the Dimension D, or, you know, the UA version of it. Then I have this Moog EQ, and I'm just adding 8 dB of air, and then a little couple dB of you know, 1K, basically 2K, and then I'm rolling off a little bit of low mids and a little bit of low end, because it's just a way for me to get a little bit more air out of something. And specifically, I mostly only use this on vocals, so it's getting a little bit more air out of the vocal. So if I exaggerate it a little bit,
I can't even find a
I'll solo this.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable.
It might hurt your ears a little bit, but you'll hear the difference. So.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so
So like if I didn't have all this extra processing,
I can't even find a boo, ain't
you know, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's a Dimension D.
I can't even find a
But then if I add a little bit of air to it,
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was.
so it's like you're, you know, kind of adding, you just like, it's just like you're making your, you know, like I was saying earlier, like you're making your template or your equipment sound different than somebody else's, because everybody has this Dimension D. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not try to make yours unique? Like that's like the thing about I think what I was saying at the beginning of the stream with like plugins and stuff sounding too clean and too sterile, and trying to, instead of trying to use like harmonics and stuff to, which you should, like instead of trying to use that stuff to get like analog juice out of it, or whatever that thing that, you know, people are always chasing and stuff for some reason. Instead of going that route, like maybe try making your reverbs and your delays and your doublers and stuff sound different than everybody else's. Like experiment with stacking plugins and stuff to just try to make your shit sound different than other people's. And you know, that's just what I try to do. Like obviously a lot of this stuff is blank, but you know, I'll go through and maybe I'll throw a little bit of distortion on there, or I'll throw like a phaser or something. It's just like just trying to make your sounds sound fucking different than other people's. Like, you know what I'm saying? That will go like much longer, and it's more unique than trying to just try to fucking buy the latest analog plugin, because then you're just going to sound like everybody else again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just go through and just try to make your sound different or whatever. I don't know. Maybe, hopefully that makes sense. I feel like I'm just rambling, but I'm just trying to explain like my thought process and stuff. So, you know,
I can't even
usually
find
30,
a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's
honestly,
palpable.
is, like,
Good for pals,
good
but
for
how
me.
to do
So,
romantics is some
I'll shut
antics
up. Here
I
it
was
is.
never
With
taught.
it.
I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel
So-
like pro with the pen, the way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer,
bit
you
doubler.
can't ever break me. Lately it's been hard to
25.
fight against complacency, I'm making decent money. Remember when I was bumming it? And now
you know, kind of just adds. Oh yeah, appreciate it, Aiden. Yeah, dude, just trying to, you know, hopefully it's making sense. I'm trying to explain it. It's hard to kind of think about your thought process like out loud or whatever. Also, my camera's here, but I keep looking at YouTube, so you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so a little bit of Dimension D, a little bit of doubler, always on the vocals. You know, I feel like, you know, there's been some times where people have said some stuff about it. Like, I like how you add that stuff. So just always keep it in the back pocket.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so
And then next
petrified,
I'll
it's
do
palpable.
a little bit of mono delay. I'll keep playing. I keep stopping. Just want to explain it. But, you know, mono delay, like a true mono delay. It's not stereo. Just using the Galaxy, the Tape Echo for this. Basically, what this is doing is that it's adding a little bit of forwardness. You know what I'm saying? Like making it sound like, you know, there's a dimension in front of you, I guess. At least that's the way I like to think about it. And I made this preset a while ago. And I'm driving the box a little bit too. And
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics
subtle.
is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight,
but you can hear it when I stop.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified.
So it's like it's there, but it's just more about space and dimension when it comes to all these effects that I'm doing. And also it keeps you, at least in my opinion, it keeps you from adding reverb, like at least too much reverb, because then if you just rely on reverb and delay, I guess to an extent too, which is what I'm doing right now, but if you just solely rely on reverb to add the dimension, then you're just going to have too much reverb, or you're going to feel like it's never sitting right. And I think there's other ways to do it before you even touch reverb. And you know, to me, if I solo this,
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good
it's
for
already like adding dimension and putting the vocal into a space, and I haven't even added reverb yet.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen.
And this is like something that I'll fine tune throughout the mix or whatever. You know, I kind of want to just set it, get a feel for it, and just kind of live with it. And then, like I said, maybe by the end of the song, I think it's all too much. So then I'll go back to all the effects and kind of bring them down. But I kind of just like to set it just to kind of start building like that sonic, you know, space or whatever, basically.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm
I'm
married.
gonna start with the Procrasti. That's what I like.
You
most.
notice the smile-
Or in this case, it's the Seventh Heaven thing or whatever.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Pull up to the...
Another thing too that's cool is like, you know, people reach for like plates and stuff, which I like plates too, and then adding a lot of, you know, what's it called? Just making them longer and stuff, like making the plates longer, like, you know, that the Travis Scott and all that stuff. Sometimes it's cool to do like a room, you know, situation, and then, you know, making that like 1 second or something, but adding pre-delay.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym.
Instead of doing like this, like doing like, let's say that, and then, you know, doing this, because I do see this a lot. I'm only bringing it up because I've seen this a lot, and it's like the reverbs get muddy.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged.
See, it sounds like too messy versus like just doing like this, making it like a second or whatever whatever you're trying to go for, and then just adding a lot more pre-delay and then blending.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy.
Obviously, there's a time and place for specifically a long plate, but you know, just saying, like, you know, try to do things differently, like, you know what I'm saying, like experiment.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk.
You know, just to go through it again, just simple EQ.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk.
Technically 2 de-essers because I am de-essing with this.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scatter few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every...
I like the Fairchild because it kind of darkens the vocal too, which is nice. You know, it's supposed to be like a vintage thing, so I'm sure there was some of that happening in like the real compressor. So that's why I like this too, because it kind of tames the top end.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your home.
Oh yeah, let me make sure I copy all this. So let's go down because there are some punch-ins right here.
Sign me the roll, pay me the fee. Please. I used to get paid in exposure. I used to be searching for closure. I used to be Mr. Do Good, Mr. Agreeable, do what he's supposed to. I used to back down when you post up. Still a lover, not a fighter. Same nigga wasn't white, but in the white stuff took a long way around to find who I was. My buzz on Cheerios, if you know, you know. Clean up nice like I'm 4-0. Got no foreign whip, but I floor it though. Where I'm headed, where I wanna go.
So got that.
You notice
so obviously all these you can see are feeding into my actual auxiliary. So the first thing that I want to do is throw on this little radiator, which this is the same setting that I've had through the whole template so far. It's either this or this. It's just depending on what I like the best and what I'm trying to achieve. This obviously is going to have way more distortion, but going to be blended in subtle. And then this one's going to have more of the mid-range, but more of a balance of that saturation.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you
I
bastards.
like the 50% because it's like just a little bit of mid-range.
I fought the good fight, I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm. My ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen. The way I'm pinning it, this referee gon' make it to 10.
I specifically like this limiter just because it has like some sort of tone thing that's nice about it. And you know, I like to put a little bit of limiting on my vocals just to catch those peaks that the compressors aren't catching. But like I said, this also has like a vibe to it, so I specifically like this limiter basically.
I fought the good fight, I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm. My ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen. The way I'm pinning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent money.
That I have set. I like the clean setting on the top end, and I like the tube setting for like that upper mid range. 5K and 16K usually does it for me. Like it almost works like 99% of the time. And then I don't mess with any of these settings, so whatever this is how it came out of the box basically.
I fought the good fight, I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm. My ass got comfortable.
Really what I'm trying to like achieve with the Spectre is I'm trying to change the tone of the way I'm thinking about it is like I'm changing the tone of like the microphone, and basically that just came out of like getting stuff that wasn't recorded on like nicer equipment, I guess. So it's just I feel like this plugin is a good way of changing the tone of stuff. So if you want to make it sound like it was recorded on something a little bit more expensive, or something that was recorded on something that's a little bit more top end, or more mid-range in this case, or whatever, this plugin is really good at being able to kind of fake that, I guess, if that makes sense. So that's really all I'm trying to do with this. It's not really I'm not really going in thinking like, oh, I just want a little bit more top end on it. It's more of like, I just want to change the tone of the microphone or make it sound like it was recorded on something a little bit different. So yeah, that's that.
I fought the good fight, I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm. My ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen. The way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging. Who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately, it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent money. Remember when I was bumming it? And now I'm pimped out by the government. Ain't that some shit? The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. I fought the good fight, I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm. My ass got comfortable.
All right. I gotta take another piss. Be back in like 30 seconds, and I'll wash my hands, I promise. All right. Put this back. There we go. Okay, cool. See where we're at.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie? Asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scatter few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm. My ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen. The way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately, it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent money. Remember when I was bumming it? And now I'm pimped out by the government. Ain't that some shit? The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better.
always said you were smart, Virgil. Don't prove me wrong now.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to get rid of this now because I just realized that I won't need that because all the leads are going to be on one track. I think I'm going to just keep it like that because it seems like I think that's maybe how it was. Because I was like trying to figure out, did I accidentally just bounce everything on one track, but I actually...
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. And now I'm pimped out by the government, ain't that some shit? The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love.
Yeah, for now, or I'm not going to hide it, but for now, I'm just going to keep it all on one track.
You notice the
Start bringing all these other elements.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar.
Just trying to get my camera.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to.
So with doubles, I like to EQ them differently.
The only voice I had,
because you want the lead vocal to stand out. So it's not necessary, in my opinion, to have all those frequencies and shit set up. There, basically.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love.
Maybe
It
let's
came
bring
with
this
a
in a little
price.
bit.
I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons.
And I'll keep the de-esser like pretty slammed. We don't need like a bunch of S's, especially when it's like harmonies and stuff. You know, you don't want, unless you're obviously, if you go in and line everything up, then you know it'll help with it'll help with their sounding like there's multiple S's coming from every direction. So you know, just going in and making sure that you're tightening up all the words, like all the doubles, all the harmonies and stuff, can help. But also I just like pulverize the S's with the de-esser because you don't need all those S's. It's just mostly like the lead vocal S's that you need to hear, basically.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. I came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. I came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today.
Obviously, that's a little bit
Cause
too
if
much.
I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. I came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. You notice the smile that's on me.
The thing that I'm noticing with this is that sometimes you can tell when like the compressor is not on the way in, like it wasn't either. It either wasn't recorded with compression on the way in, or if it was very light, or just not enough, in my opinion. Because I feel like even though this Fairchild is like kind of clamping down, not clamping down, but you know, it's compressing. It still doesn't feel like it's like clamping down, and I feel like I might need to double up on compression or something. So honestly, I think I might throw a compressor right at the beginning of the chain, or right after this EQ, basically. And I think I'm gonna do the distressor because I really like distressor, especially on hip hop. I feel like a distressor on like rap and stuff is so slept on. There's just I think this is way better for rap vocals usually than like a CL1B that everybody's obsessed with. I think the distressor is super slept on for rap vocals, at least, because I really don't know anybody that uses it for that stuff. So I think I'm gonna do this first. So I'm gonna like just treat this as like if I was recording on the way in, that I would be using the distressor, because like I said, I think it just sounds to me like the compression was a little light, or maybe like the attack and release weren't set as good as they should have been or could have been, because there's just like some parts where shit's just come sticking out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm just gonna treat this as like the first stage of compression, or like try to make it seem like it was actually recorded through this.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged, and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scatter few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen, the way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately, it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent money. Remember when I was bumming it? And now I'm pimped out by the government. Ain't that some shit? The only voice.
Yeah, that sounds way better.
You notice the smile that's
like versus this.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the picture, I was tagged, and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scatter few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how
versus this.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the picture, I was tagged, and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy
like
to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scatter few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win, I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen, the way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent money, remember when I was bumming it? And now I'm pimped out by the government, ain't that some shit? The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price, I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was.
I think I'm gonna do the same thing to the doubles.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it
compressor.
for love, I came with a price, I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray. On your downfall, I pray. I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray.
I think I want to add like some space to this guitar loop thing. And I'm gonna use, is it hits? How do you spell that? I'm gonna use this. It just sounds a little dead. Like whatever reverb they chose to use. Like it doesn't sound. Also, yeah, it just sucks because, like I said, like it sound like obviously all the guitar elements are just like within this loop. So trying to make it sound like more, I guess, realistic, or like it was actually recorded like on an amp. It sounds like it was maybe, or maybe it's just a plugin. I don't know, but I'm gonna try my best to try to just put it in a different space because it kind of just kind of sounds boring. I don't know how to explain it. So first I'm gonna do an amp and try to add some space. So what do I have? What is this? I don't know what that is. Oh, I know what that is. I'm blanking. Harmonics. Let's try this. Not that. Just something clean. It's a little too rocky, I think. I kind of like that. I mean, obviously not the spring. It's a little too rocky, but it's like in the ballpark. Where the fuck is the spring? Am I tripping? Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Is that on? Oh, yeah, that is on. Okay. Let's take that off. It's on low. That's good. Is it the power switch? Wait. Okay, so let's do that. There we go. I feel like usually adding like a little bit more bass can make things sound like it's recorded on an amp, because you know you kind of get like the room and stuff in it or whatever. I actually have. Let me try this first. Yeah, see, it's already like adding like space to it and putting it in a different space. Obviously, you know, it's a reverb. You know, that's what you're supposed to do with it. But you know, just saying, like, I'm just trying to reimagine where this guitar was recorded, basically. The decay is a little too long. I'm gonna do a short decay like I did with the vocals, and then add more pre-delay. So let's do that, and then I also have this Avid reverb preset that I like. I usually use this preset for drums. It's just space as well, so let's see. So that's without it. It's mostly like really this mid-range thing, and whatever settings. I think this was off a preset or something, I can't remember, and then I kind of tweaked them. But this is like really good at adding space as well. And it's a fucking Avid plugin, so, you know, everybody that has Pro Tools can use this. I almost like it better than the... Maybe I'll use both. I think I'm gonna do this one first, though. I don't want it to sound too rocky, though. Yeah, because it's sounding a little too rock and roll. What what else do I have? Let's try this. Okay, not what I want. Let's take that off. This just shows me that I need to get more amps. Wait, let's try this. I forgot this went native. Let's see if we can do something with this. Oh, shit. Just turn, trying to figure out, like, what I want to hear. Turn this on and turn this on. There we go. I don't want to blast the ears. Maybe it doesn't need it. I don't know. This adds like a little, like, I don't know, low end, which sounds cool. Let's keep that for now. And then let me bring it in with the rest to make sure it's blending well. It's like almost too much. I almost want to pan it. I mean, usually I do, but sometimes when you pan stuff, artists or producers don't like that. Because I don't know why. You know, it's like you listen to any, especially when it comes to guitars and stuff, you listen to any like rock song or live, whatever, shit's panned. But I'm just going to do it. I always just do it. The worst thing they can say is I don't like it, and then you got to find a different way to make space. There's just something about it that's bothering me. Like, it just sounds too fake. Let's try this. Let's see. Like I said, sometimes I'm lazy with the UAD plugin, so I'll just like lower that headroom instead of just messing with the input or threshold. Okay, let's make this.
I like you, Bert. You're funny and you're smart. Hear that?
You notice the smile that's on me. Jesus. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie? Asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scout.
Oh wait, what's that new Softube plugin? What the fuck is that shit called? Like VCA or some shit? Let's try this. What the fuck? Oh, is this like a DBX thing? This is too much. It's already hurting my brain. Let's try to LA3. It's already hurting my brain. I'm over it. There you go. 2 knobs. That's all I need. Yeah, like I said, I think just part of it is like just because all of the guitar elements are in a loop, so you know, not knowing that I don't have full control is making it a little difficult. So you know, it is what it is. Let me try one last thing. Let's try this. What's that other shit called? The ADA. I like this. There's like a jet preset that I like, or this chorus. Like, I like that. That already sounds cool. Cool. So before, this was it. Giving it, you know, making some space. Adding some, putting it in a different room. And then adding dimension. At least that's the way I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
You're funny and you're smart. Is that?
You know, I fought the good fight.
Another thing I want to do this kick. It's a little flat. It's got some, you know, it's got some shit to it, but this will make it sound, oh shit. Just a little dirty. You know what I'm saying? Let me bring it down. Let's do like 2 dB. Maybe 1.
Used it for love, it came with a price, I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count, I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey. On your downfall, I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today.
Oh, wait.
Cause if I didn't, I
something
wouldn't be
said it.
doing better.
Obviously, I could see it, but I was like, it sounds flat again.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They
Yeah,
click
like
on the
I
picture,
said,
I
like,
was tagged and be like,
The only reason I'm doing the stressor is because I think it wasn't recorded with, at least to my liking. But honestly, I could just hear it. It wasn't recorded with like enough compression, or like the attack and release settings weren't, you know, clamping down on the vocal as much as they probably should be.
you notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy.
All right, let's get these harmonies in.
Moments I was down for the count, I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray. Count, I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray. On your downfall, I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if count, I'm doing better. Life don't count, I'm doing better. Count, I'm doing better. Life don't count, I'm doing better. Count, I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons. Count, I'm doing better.
For the sake of fader resolution, I'm gonna give this some juice.
I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray. On your downfall, I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental count, I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray. On your downfall, I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your I'm doing better. Life don't always I'm doing better. Life don't always I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray. On your downfall, I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better. I was down for the count, I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray. On your downfall, I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today.
Am I tripping or the shit?
Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better.
There we go.
I'm doing better. Life don't always come with I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels. I'm doing better. 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 I'm doing better.
These need to be flipped.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
Interesting.
I'm doing.
I think there wasn't like doubles on some of these harmonies. Just fine.
I'm counting cheddar. I pray I'm counting cheddar. I pray I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better. I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental. I'm counting cheddar. Focus on cheddar. I'm counting cheddar. I'm counting cheddar.
I feel like I'm fucking blind, brother.
Counting cheddar.
There we go.
Counting cheddar. Focus on my counting cheddar. Counting cheddar. Focus on my mental. For love, it came. For love, it came with a price. I don't. For love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right. Down for the count. I'm doing better. Down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't. Down for the count. I'm doing better. Life down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray on your down. I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
So with BGVs, I like to add a little bit more dimension than I did with, yo, what's up? I don't want to butcher your name, DJ. DJ Gigabyte, what's up? Wait, do I actually know you, or are you just coming from the YouTube world or whatever? Or do I know you? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, with BGVs, yeah, but thanks for stopping by.
I'm doing better.
I like to add a little bit more dimension D than I do with the leads, just because, you know, I want to make those like a little bit more spacious and stuff like that. And double or two, I like to add just a little bit more than I did with the lead. So let's do like 20.
I'm doing better.
You know, kind of just like push them out a little bit.
I'm doing better.
And then as far as processing goes, actually, just realized, sometimes I forget, because sometimes like I mix into these channel strips and stuff, and it just already sounds good. Like I like the way these channel strips sound.
I'm doing better.
So honestly, sometimes I never touch them, or like whatever they're hitting, as far as like compression goes, then I'll just kind of leave it, as long as I don't notice anything weird.
I'm doing better.
But for the sake of the video,
I'm doing better.
I'll just go in.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
And then cut out. Yeah, there's already some low end being cut out.
I'm doing better.
But there's all, yeah, see.
I'm doing better.
Obviously that low note is, you know, fulfilling that bottom end of the harmony, but
I'm doing better.
You know, still want to control it a little bit.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
You know, a lot of that nasal.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
And then I like to add a little bit of 10K to BGVs, just a little bit, just to
I'm doing better.
Kind of push them out and push them outside of the lead vocal.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray on your downfall. I pray.
I really like the vintage warmer.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
Kind of have like a preset to taking out a little bit of low end and adding a little bit of top end.
I'm doing better.
But I think since we're already doing it, I don't know. Should I keep it? Let me take it off of this. Let me make sure these are all gone. Actually, I just realized that I forgot I don't have all these grouped. So, fuck. So a lot of the plugins. Wait. Let me do this. So Shift Command C is obviously copy. Pretty universal. If you do that within the plugins, at least within Pro Tools, you can go ahead and paste the same settings. But usually if I had all these BGVs grouped, or like each section grouped, I have it set up in my groups where whatever the instance, whatever slot plugin that I have, or if that makes sense, that I will be able to copy and paste the same setting with just using one plugin, if that makes sense. So like whatever's within that plugin, as long as you have the parameter checked in your group settings in the preferences, like let's say like I was messing with insert A and they're all auto-tune, then if I'm messing with one auto-tune setting, it'll adjust all of them within that group, which is pretty cool. But I don't have it set up like that right now.
I'm doing better.
So yeah, let's take that
I'm doing
10K off actually. Fuck. I just realized I pasted all of it.
I'm doing better.
I need to straighten up.
I'm counting cheddar.
Posture check. Fuck. There we go. Cool.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with. I'm doing better.
And then yeah, usually what I like to do with the vintage warmer, obviously, you know, adding some low and high end with it, but I like to drive it a little bit.
I'm doing better.
And sometimes I'll mess with like the their fat settings and stuff, which is a little bit more, you know, quality, I believe, and a little bit more just processing that the plugin's doing to kind of really up the quality of what this thing is doing. You know, I'll turn those on.
I'm doing better. Life don't always come. I'm doing better.
So let's go here.
I'm doing better.
And then
Life don't always come with your angel.
you know,
I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels. Your demons, they prey on your.
then obviously turn it back down.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Life don't.
I just like the way the vintage warmer sounds. I like the way that it clamps down on stuff, and I just one day just tried it on background vocals, and yeah, I just kind of like it. It's, you know, it's basically like a limiter EQ kind of thing, and I just like what it's doing, so just kind of use it for BGVs to just make them nice and tight and solid, basically.
I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels.
As obviously you can see on the meter,
I'm doing better.
pretty
Life don't
slam.
always come with your angels. Your demons. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Life don't.
Kind of just set the harmonies. Yeah, I'll kind of just set them wherever I want, of where I think they should be, and then, you know, obviously based on the producer or the artist, let them have a say of, you know, how high they want them and stuff.
I'm doing better. Life don't always. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels. Your demons. I'm doing better.
Just to control this a little bit.
I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with. I'm doing better. Life don't. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels. Your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray. I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better.
Always said you were smart, Virgil. Don't prove me wrong now.
I was an insecure, immature, sensitive kid with a pack on his back and a snap on his head to cover the naps in his fro. I mean, the comb was for show. No use in picking it, cause come first, period, white children will be handprinting it. I present the shoe, and if it fits, it fits. I ain't holding grudges. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons.
Sometimes I don't really like to add reverb to BGVs typically, unless it's like actually asked for. Because sometimes, you know, I feel like it just kind of gets in the way with all the reverbs and stuff that are in the song. But in this case, you know, maybe I think they're a little too dry, so just add just a little bit.
Love, price.
Let's do 480.
Love, price, love, price. I don't regret it. For love, it came with a price. I don't for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like.
And like another thing too is that just overall with the vocals and stuff, like I would say like maybe 80% of the time I am going in and hand de-essing everything. So, you know, like meaning like going in and let's say like finding like an S. Let me find like a good S so I can tell this is an S. So like so like if this was like really really bothering me, I would go in, break the clip, and then just bring that down to my liking. Versus this. You know what I'm saying? Or if it was this. And if I did this, fuck, I just read it. So like, let's say this, I'll just exaggerate it. Let's say I wanted this much and I thought it sounded good. Versus. You know what I'm saying? So I will do that a lot of the times. Just kind of going in and catching what the de-esser isn't catching. Another thing too, now that I'm getting a little bit farther into the mix, is that it's funny because this is like already 2 hours. Like I already probably been done with the mix. But like I said, I'm just trying to make sure I go through everything that I'm thinking as I go through the mix, making sure I'm saying it. But anyways, another thing too on my like all my buses, basically like my all buses where everything is being summed to before it hits the master, is that I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, is that I have all of these different plugins on each element of the song because I'm trying to make them sound a little bit different. So in this case, I have the SPL Iron on the guitar bus and the synth bus. And the reason for that is because I like the tone of these, because, it's a bunch of, what's it called? Juice that these things have, like character. Besides that, I also like that Plugin Alliance adds their own little panel to most of their plugins, if not all of them. And they add the stereo width knob, and I think Plugin Alliance has like the best stereo with kind of capabilities or whatever that they do. I think they're, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they're like one of the original companies to do this. If not, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Could be totally wrong, but I think I remember like reading somewhere that they were, or that they say it somewhere on their website. But sorry, I really like the stereo width. So I'm adding that to the synth bus and the guitar bus, and I'll show you what that sounds like. So here's the guitar. Yeah, see, because it's kind of like pushing it outside a little bit. And then the same thing with the, I think I should be slightly different with this. Yeah, so the, just so they don't sound exactly the same as far as like the amount of width that I'm adding, the guitar is, you can see that the percentage is at 150, and then on the synth bus, it's at 200, so an extra 50%. I know it sounds like a lot, but when it comes to this stuff, it's not as much as it sounds. But it's enough where it's like not doing some weird phasing thing, but it's still making a difference. So here's the synth, and then without it. So, it's just like another stage of like making it, just adding a little bit of extra flavor to these elements in the mix.
Comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen. The way I'm penning it, this referee gon'.
And then obviously there's a volume difference. So I need to go back in my template and make sure that I have this to minus, meaning that it's going to take away 2 dB now. And I need to do this to both. And I got to go back to my template and do that.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred.
So yeah,
from
it's just like, because usually when you have like summing boxes, a lot of them have some sort of like stereo width kind of thing or feature that they add. So obviously, since I don't do any of that, at least not now, this is just like my way of trying to add a little bit of stereo width, or making it sound like I'm running through some kind of summing situation. Does that make sense? So yeah. And then next, let's see, I got a 609 on the bass bus.
I can't even
or on
find
the
a
bass,
boo, ain't
basically.
comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some
You
antics.
know, if it's like true, if it is like mono or something, or like, you know, if the sides are different on the signal, then I like to, hit the wrong one. I like to unlink it, just, you know, just so it like compresses the sides just a little bit different. I think sometimes it can sound cool.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but
I
how
also
to
like
do
the tone of
romantics
this,
is some
too.
antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win, I slept
it's
in my
just another
skin and
way of,
snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I
keeping
feel like
that
pro
bass,
with the
like,
pen.
tight
The way
in
I'm
the
pinning
song,
it, this
so
referee gon' make
really
it to
all I
10.
did with
I
this.
still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately it's been hard to fight against complacency.
And then-
I'm making decent money.
You can see that on my all vocal bus now. And now you can see that, you know, I've done everything I needed to do within the song up here. And now I'm kind of just like working off of these buses. Obviously, you know, there's a few things that I still need to mix in, but I'm trying to kind of like speed it up a little bit. But now, you know, for the most part, I'm just kind of looking and working off of these buses for these like last like cherry on top kind of things or whatever. So with the all vocal bus, I have these two things, which you know, if you're like super OG, you know that Alex Toomey used this a lot. I don't even know if he probably doesn't even use it anymore. Maybe he does, but I just remember like learning, trying to learn how to like mix and stuff, and watching videos on YouTube. He was like one of the original people that I just tried to like study a lot and stuff, and these like two things stuck with me. I mean, you know, I'm sure most of it was because like, you know, if he says to do it, then you should do it kind of thing. But like I said, that was like super, like when I was in college and stuff. So, but anyways, I did just hold on to these kind of two things, because it was the first time that I heard like something where I was just like, I don't know what it's doing, but it is adding something to it, and specifically the vocals. So all my vocals, like, you know, sum to this all vocal bus, and they go through these two things. You know, this stuff's on the internet all over the place, so you can find the settings and stuff, or from this video, I guess. But, you know, kind of adding just a little bit more like movement to the vocals too. Not too much. It's so subtle, but it's like enough where it just kind of makes it sound like a little bit cooler, I guess. And then usually I only have a compressor and EQ on the all vocal bus, just like that final stage of like overall compression. Another thing, you know, Shadow Hills, like specifically this red one, I think the green one, like the original Shadow Hills, because this is like the mastering version. I mean, they're both supposed to be mastering, I believe, but this one's just like, oh, it's, you know, they just want to do something different, I guess. Can't remember the exact difference, but this one has more of a sound than that green one does. So like this one almost sounds too, is it this one? Nope, that's the same one. What the fuck is it called? Why isn't it showing up? Shadow Hills. All right, I'm just gonna pop up the UAD one. It doesn't matter. So like this one, you know, the original one that came out, sounds way too fucking subtle. Like I don't know what's going on. Because I definitely can't hear it. I can't hear whatever's going on. And I also, someone had commented on one of my videos too, saying that someone had said that this one, like even the plugin is like more subtle or some shit than the real thing. So I don't know. I just couldn't, I don't know. I can't hear it. It sounds cool, but I don't hear like the tone difference or whatever the shit is. But with this one, I can definitely hear more of that juice, I guess, that it has. So kind of same thing with this one, just kind of like,
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some
you know,
antics
just
I
that
was
last
never
stage of
taught.
compression
I
pretty
value
much.
love in every heart.
and then the same thing, I'll go in and add like just a little bit of width, maybe like that much.
I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable.
That's pretty much
Good
it.
for pals, but how to do romantics
That's it.
is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard.
Let's get these,
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. Yes, sir. They click.
I think originally I had not that I'm trying to go what I originally mixed it, but I think I'm just gonna do telephone. Just you know, the classic. Let's see, this one.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony.
I've always liked this one better.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the.
And I like to compress the ad libs a lot.
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture I was tagged. You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the. You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like. You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up.
See, like in this case, like this is something I would do before I start mixing, but like I was saying earlier with like the de-essing and all that, like I would just go in and manually de-ess stuff before I even start mixing. And then there's
I'm married
also,
like matrimony. They click on the picture I was tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk. Pull up to the
like this, like there's, you know, plosive. So
pull up to the Addy.
like I would do this, kind of go in, maybe fade it in.
Pull up to the.
Or another thing you can do is like, let's say you took this, boom, highlight this, come down here to your clip effects. You know, this is like a Pro Tools thing. I'm sure there's a similar thing in other DAWs, but specifically in Pro Tools, you have like this clip effects bar down here that was recently just introduced because it used to only be in HD and Ultimate, but now it's all across all the DAWs. But, you know, sometimes I'll just go in and maybe if it's a plosive, instead of doing like a fade, because sometimes it can sound unnatural, you know, just go in and throw your filters in and shit and just like filter that shit out basically. And, you know, that's like another way to basically get rid of it. So if I did this and like,
Pull up.
let's see, did I solo?
Pull up to the. Pull up to the.
So if I did
Pull up to the.
versus if I didn't have it on, it'd be like,
Pull up to the.
shit, hold on.
Pull up to the. Pull up to the. Pull up to the.
Wait, am I tripping?
Pull up.
There we go. Okay, I was like, what the fuck is going on? It just sounded really weird. I think it was a weird edit that I had done.
Pull up to the.
So let's say I did that, and because you got to break it so it shows up.
Pull up.
Fuck, do this, and then throw in that filter, and let's say I just did this or whatever.
Pull up to the.
So
Pull up to the.
let's do this.
Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy.
Just not enough, so.
Pull up to the Addy.
And then let's say I did this, just the.
Pull up to the Addy.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of like remove the plosive in a different way. There's multiple ways to do it, but
Pull up to the Addy.
versus like it was this before.
Pull up to the. Pull up to the. Pull up to the.
You know what I'm saying? And then now it's like,
Pull up to the Addy.
so now it's gone. So, you know, just want to throw it out there. There's a bunch of ways to do it, but that's just another way that sometimes I will take care of stuff, which is nice in Pro Tools because you can just have little, you know, you can just make adjustments to single stuff basically by doing it that way instead of trying to, you know, render it and make a new track and all this shit. I don't know. Just showing the capabilities of editing in Pro Tools is a lot easier.
Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Put up to the gym, I might just scat a few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard.
But yeah, you know, just not a whole lot. I'm not trying to like recreate anything. I'm not trying to change the sound of anything besides this guitar, because like I said, I feel like this guitar was kind of boring before, like just because we didn't have control over the individual elements because it's just a loop. At least when it's like here. Yeah, see? So it's kind of like just boring and flat and like kind of pushes it back in the mix a little bit. And yeah, so just gives it space, gives it dimension, puts it in a different place than what it originally came in.
And now I'm
as.
pimped out by the government, ain't that some shit? The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. I pray.
Let's see what this is.
Yes, I pray. So I pray. Yes, I pray. Focus on my mental today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing. I pray. Yes, I pray. Focus on my mental today.
Yeah, you can hear there's a lot of noise. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's like good to zoom all the way in before you start mixing and like you're in the editing process, because there's a shitload of noise right here. So for the sake of the video, let's just do this.
Today. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better. The only voice.
Shit.
Didn't I? Run it back again.
That's fine. It's filtered, so you won't really hear it.
Life don't.
Take that off. But yeah, like I said, this is shit that I would do right before I would fucking import my template or anything. Like I'm just going in and doing all this cleanup and stuff, so I just don't have to think about it, because you know, you just want to put your full attention into the creative process and all that shit.
I'm married like matrimony.
All right, whatever, you get the point. Let me just do the last one actually. But yeah, you get the point, you know, just go in and do all this stuff. And then, like, you know, let's say it's like,
You notice the smile that's on me.
there, maybe.
I'm married like matrimony. They click on the
Pretty
picture,
simple
I was
song.
tagged and be like, that's your homie, asterisk.
you know, try not to overthink things too, because like there's only so much you can do. You know, if you didn't record it or you didn't have any say in like any of the recording process or all that stuff, there's only so much you can do, and like you don't want to get caught up on if something comes in fucked up and that's just the way it is. Like you don't want to get caught up on trying to like make it sound the best that you can. Like obviously you do, but you don't want to, you know, waste your energy and stuff, and just not get a mix out, because it's, you know, there's only so much you can do and control that you have over the way things come in or they're recorded if you weren't a part of that process. So, you know, just trying to like move quick and get the fuck out of there, you know what I'm saying, as much as you can.
Love, it came with a price. I don't money. Remember when I was bumming
Yeah,
it?
super simple
And now
song.
I'm pimped out by the government. Ain't that some shit?
So
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. It came.
I'm gonna bring in my start doing like some bus stuff, bus compression and all that. So this will be like my first EQ.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to
This
life.
is
I
the,
used it for
mix
love.
bus.
It came with a price. I don't regret it. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it.
Let me loop more of the song so it's not annoying.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. It came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. It came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. It came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used.
Not a whole lot. I don't really do a whole lot on the
The
mix
only-
bus. I always try to get everything done in the mix as much as I can, because if I get to the way I think about things, if I get to the mix bus and I'm see myself, or I find myself like feel like I'm doing too much or wanting to add something, then maybe it's because I didn't do it in the mix. You know what I mean? So I'll go back and do it on the mix instead of trying to solely rely on like, oh, I'll just do it on the master bus or the mix bus or whatever. Just because it, you know, I don't know, I feel like it gets you better at thinking about things as you're mixing. Like I said, instead of just like trying to just rely on, oh, I'll just do it on at the end or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. It came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. The only
mostly
voice I had, I wrote
subtractive.
it to life. I used it for love. It came with a price. I don't
Before.
regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. The only voice I had,
So,
I wrote
there's
it
that.
to life. I used it for love. It came
Next
with a
thing
price. I
is
don't regret it.
compressor.
I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. The only voice I had, I
let me
wrote
put
it
on
to
my
life. I used it for love. It came with a
VP
price. I
Mixbus
don't regret it.
preset.
I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used
Kind
it
of
for love.
slamming on the input. We're kind of slamming into the compressor a little bit. It's fine, and it's not like
The only voice I had, I wrote
whatever.
it.
But you know, maybe just to play it safe.
The only voice I
bring
had,
down
I
that
wrote it to
headroom.
life. I used it for love.
Like I said, this is a UAD specific thing. I don't know if any other plugins do it. Maybe they do, but as far as I know, UAD is the this is unique to UAD, so you can kind of mess with the headroom without fucking up your mix.
The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love. It came with a price. I don't regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love.
Something
It came
subtle.
with a price.
Nothing
I don't
crazy.
regret it. I just hope I'm doing you right, how you like. Had some moments I
Little
was
bit of
down for the
clipping.
count. I'm doing better. The only voice I had, I wrote it to life.
You know, this mix is pretty pretty low mix, I would say. So you know, I have to go in a little harder on the clipping, just fine.
Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar.
Really just like about I like just, you know, the things that stand out, obviously just clipping those transients on the drums and stuff, just so it doesn't react to the limiter in the long run, which obviously that's what it's supposed to do. So just trying to keep it simple with that. And then I use this, I mean, I just haven't gotten around to buying the actual ozone or whatever, so I don't know, I just been using this. And yeah, for what I need it to do, it does the job. So yeah. Let me close my window because it's fucking cold now. There we go. All right. Let's turn this back on. There we go. So, yeah, for the ozone.
Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they
Fix the output on your guys' end because it might be getting a little bit louder. Let me just turn it down like 2 dB. There we go. I just don't want to clip YouTube.
Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar.
So yeah,
Life don't
with the ozone stuff, it's just mostly EQ. Well, obviously these 3 things that they give you, because really that's all I'm looking for. So just a little bit of sweetening with the ozone EQ. I like the way it sounds. It just sounds like super clean, I guess. I don't know. It's like not doing anything too crazy. And yeah, let's see what I think it needs.
Life don't always come with your
Definitely
angels.
like a little bit of low end, just a little bit of sweetening on the low end, 0.5 maybe.
Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they
mid-range.
prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels.
Just a little smiley face EQ basically, and sometimes I will add a little bit of low mids
Don't always come with your angels.
because a lot of that is just like, you know, a lot of the juice lives there too. especially in like a hip hop song, in my opinion.
Full I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray on your down.
I like the stereo imaging on this plugin, like, you know, just 3. I don't even know how much that is. Is that 3% out of what, 100? It's just like just enough. Like I said, the point of this ozone is just a sweetening. Basically, that's the way I use it.
Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life.
Then I like this IRC2 mode. Basically, I think it sounds. I don't know what the difference is. I didn't look into it, but I just like the way it sounds, and it's just in my template like that. And then True Peak on, and the character I think is default, or maybe I mess with it. I can't remember. I don't know what it is. And then usually with the, you know, with the limiter maximizer thing on here, I just kind of bring it down, kind of the same thing, just, you know, so it's like limiting those peaks, obviously, before it hits like the limiter that I like to use.
Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they pray.
And then this newfangled audio, you know, the Elevate is probably my go-to final limiter, usually what I use for mastering and stuff. I am like looking at other limiters right now. I think the Limitless, I just haven't demoed it yet, but I've heard good things about it, so, you know, I might try that out. But for the most part, this thing sounds really cool. It's definitely better than any other limiter that I've used so far. And yeah, it's got like all the bells and whistles, which is nice. I gotta use the bathroom. One sec. Mute. All right. Let me get my camera back on. Also, my phone's about to die, which is what I'm using my camera for. Resume. Right. I hope. Let's do that. And resume. There we go. Let's do that. Let's see, did it work? Did it work? Yes, except it's fucked up. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I'm just looking at the camera, trying to at least get it close to what it was. I think that was good. There we go. But anyways, what I was saying is, yeah, I really like how this sounds. You can really push it, which is good. It's, you know, like I said, it's got all these like cool little things on it that I really don't. They're really the only thing I use. Sometimes I will mess with this. It's like a multi-band limiter basically, so you can go in and change the way it's limiting different frequencies, obviously, as you can see. But I really, sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. I would say 10% of the time I'm using it. For the most part, I'm just using, I'll turn this. Basically, it's just, you know, kind of like a transient enhancer, 15 to 25%. And I just really mess with the gain, obviously, and the drive. And then I'll just set this to manual because I don't know why. Just do. And
Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall.
I just can't tell if I'm clipping YouTube or not, but I was just looking at a dog that was walking by. Anyways, yeah, so
Life don't always come with your angels, your
let me get my little handy meter out, because I'm not really gonna master this right now, just kind of like for listening purposes, or if I were to send this off as the first mix.
Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons.
Yeah, it looks like it's like, there's a lot of reduction being done, but it doesn't really sound like it to me. Like I said, you can really push this thing, which is nice.
Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Life don't always come with your angels.
So, something like this, basically.
I like you, Virgil. You're funny and you're smart. Is that?
You notice the smile that's on me. I'm married like matrimony. They click on the picture, I was tagged and be like, that's your homie? Asterisk. Pull up to the Addy, cause I'm daddy to you bastards. Pull up to the gym, I might just scout a few. I can't even find a boo, ain't comfortable, so petrified, it's palpable. Good for pals, but how to do romantics is some antics I was never taught. I value love in every heart, forever be scarred from fencing, I was never on guard. I fought the good fight, I second my win. I slept in my skin and snoozed my alarm, my ass got comfortable. Now I feel like pro with the pen. The way I'm penning it, this referee gon' make it to 10. I still ain't budging, who could ever take me? I'm still a dreamer, you can't ever break me. Lately it's been hard to fight against complacency. I'm making decent money, remember when I was bumming it? And now I'm pimped out by the government, ain't that some shit? The only voice I had, I wrote it to life. I used it for love, it came with a price. I don't regret it, I just hope I'm doing you right. How you like, had some moments I was down for the count. I'm doing better. Life don't always come with your angels, your demons, they prey on your downfall. I pray, I'm counting cheddar. Focus on my mental today, cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing better.
Always said you were smart, Virgil. Don't prove me wrong now.
I was an insecure, immature, sensitive kid with a pack on his back and a snap on his head.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I would do for a mix. Like I said, this is probably like 80% there. There's just like some fine tuning stuff I would go in and a little bit more blending of everything. But overall, like this would be like my process and like the plugins I would use and like my thought process behind everything. And, like I said, it's probably super simple, but that's just the way I like to keep things. I don't like to just overcomplicate things or like fool myself into thinking if I use specific plugins or whatever, that's the only way I can get a good sound, or that I need certain stuff, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of hoopla out there, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I would say just try to keep things like super simple, easy, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, if you got this far in the video, I appreciate it. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that shit. And like I said, this is the first one I'm going to do. The next one will definitely be a lot shorter and start up a lot quicker and end a lot sooner. I just needed to, get one out there so I can understand what I need to do next time and stuff. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, if you enjoyed, like, share, subscribe, whatever, leave some comments. I'm going to leave this song, linked, you know, the actual song that's out to the world, I'll leave it in the bio unless it's already there. I don't know. I added it at the beginning of the stream. I don't know what happened to it, so I'm gonna re-add it after, and then IGs and all that stuff. And yeah, don't forget to check out my other videos, and you know, share those, like those. If you have any recommendations, all that shit, you know, hit your boy up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the song. So I'm gonna head out, and I'll catch you guys.